A parent's love. I'm an old man now, but I still remember that day clearly. It was a rainy afternoon. The clouds were dark, and the air was cold. I was sitting by the window and holding a cup of tea. My hands were shaking, and my heart felt heavy. I was thinking about my parents. They were gone, but their love was still with me. When I was young, I did not understand their sacrifices. I only saw their rules, their worries, and their tired faces. I did not understand their love. One memory is still very clear in my mind. I was 10 years old. It was winter, and our house was very cold. We did not have much money, and our heater was broken. My father came home late that night. His face was red from the cold, and his hands were rough. He was carrying a heavy bag. Inside the bag, there was some wood for the fire and 2 warm blankets. My mother smiled, but her eyes were wet. She did not say anything. I knew the blankets had cost a lot of money. That night I was warm. I slept under one of the new blankets. My parents sat close to the fire. They did not use the new blankets. They shared one old blanket instead. At that time, I did not think about it. I only felt safe and warm. Now I understand. That night showed me their love. They gave me everything they could, even when they had very little for themselves. The years passed and life became harder. Our small house was always full of laughter, but it was also full of problems. My parents worked every day. My father worked in the fields, and my mother sewed clothes for the neighbors. One summer, I wanted a bicycle. All my friends had bicycles, and I felt left out. I asked my father, "Can we buy a bicycle?" He looked at me with tired eyes and said, "Maybe one day, my son." I did not understand why he could not buy one. To me, it was just a bicycle. A few months later, on my birthday, my father surprised me. There was a bicycle in front of our house. It was old and scratched, but it was mine. I was very happy. I did not care that it was old. Later that evening, I heard my parents talking. My father said to my mother, "I worked extra hours in the field to buy this bicycle. It is second-hand," but it made him smile. My mother smiled and said, "You did well. He will remember this forever." At that moment, I understood something. My father did not work only for money. He worked for me. He worked hard to make me happy. He worked every day for my future. The next morning, I rode my bicycle. The wind touched my face and I laughed. But I also felt something new in my heart. I felt grateful. I did not say anything, but I silently thanked my parents. They had given me more than a bicycle. They had given me their love. When I became a teenager, life became more difficult. I wanted new clothes, new books, and even to travel with my friends. But I knew that we did not have much money. My father still worked in the fields, and my mother took sewing jobs to help the family. One day, I came home from school feeling sad. My teacher had announced a school trip to the city. All my friends were going, but I did not ask my parents. I knew we could not afford it. That evening, my father noticed that I was quiet. "What's wrong, son?" he asked. I was quiet for a moment. Then I told him about the trip. He listened carefully. He did not say anything. The next morning, I saw him leave the house earlier than usual. He took his tools and went to work. 1 week later, on the night before the trip, my father gave me an envelope. When I opened it, I saw money inside. It was exactly enough to pay for the trip. My eyes became wide. "Father, where did you get this money?" I asked. My father smiled and said, "Don't worry, my son. This money is halal. I worked a few extra nights at Mr. Sina's farm. My hands hurt a little, but seeing your smile is worth it." That night, I lay in bed and thought about my father's hard work. He left home every day before sunrise and came home after sunset. But he never complained. He always said, "Working for your family is one of the best feelings in the world." The trip to the city was an amazing experience. For the first time, I saw tall buildings, busy streets, and big bookstores. But during the whole trip, I thought about my father. His hands were tired and rough, but he made this experience possible for me. When I came home, I was no longer a little boy who only thought about himself. I started helping my parents. I washed the dishes, swept the yard, and sometimes helped my mother sew clothes. My father noticed the change. One evening he sat next to me and said, "My son, you have grown up. This is one of the best gifts a father can receive." Years passed. I went to university, found a job, and built a home for myself. But I never forgot those cold winter nights, the old bicycle, and the school trip. When my parents grew old, it was my turn to take care of them. One day, my father was in the hospital. I sat next to his bed and held his hand. With a shaky voice, I said, "Father, you always gave me the best. Now it is my turn to take care of you." My father smiled and said, "My son, you were the best gift of my life. Seeing the man you have become makes all my hard work worth it." A few days later, my father passed away, but I knew he would always be with me. I could feel his love in every good decision I made, in every kindness I showed to others, and in every cold night when I helped someone stay warm. Now, I am a father myself. Every night, I tell stories to my children. I tell them about a father who showed his love not only with words, but also with his actions. I try to be like him, because now I understand something very important. A parent's love is not always shown through big gifts. Sometimes it is shown through small sacrifices every day. Parents give us their time, their energy, their comfort, and sometimes even their dreams. They may not say, "I love you," every day, but their actions can say it for them. And when we are old enough to understand their sacrifices, we realize that their love was always there. A parent's love is one of the greatest gifts in life.